What up? I'm back. 7:39, May 27th on a Saturday afternoon. Dude, I love talking so much, and like, I just forget sometimes because a lot of times I'm so busy. Like, I run. All I do is move. Like, all I do is live. Man, all I do is live. I look back at my life before. It's like playing video games and bullshit. Fun, have fun. Like, anything that I do, dude, video games were fun as shit. They were fun. They were super fun. I thought of this concept a while ago when I painted my truck, and a dude came out and he came out and said, he was like, camouflage. He said it was pink camouflage at first. And he said it was ugly, and then he said when I got closer to it, I was like, oh fuck, like that shit's fire. And I was like, yeah, I know, bruh. And but like, I love listening to people talk. God damn, I love humans. I love the totality of humans. Like, the way that their brain works and the way that they go from one thing to the other extreme instantly, like, and then I'm just like in awe of like, where the fuck did that come from? That's those are the type of people I actually get infatuated with and like love. They're my favorite. They're my favorite. And so my muse, I'll put it this way, my muse. When I started my journey, when I started painting, I have always had the same muse. All my big art in there, and a lot of my art now, is still for her. Or her inspiration. So whatever connection that I have with her, like, I can't break it. Well, maybe I haven't seen her in a while, but it doesn't fucking matter. I don't know what it is. She's just the extreme, like that. Fucking no idea. What everyone else in this world, like a lot of people, I know what you're gonna do next. Like, I already know. I know what you're gonna say. I know whatever, and then I have to like dumb myself down to make it even halfway exciting. But she blows my fucking mind, and just out of nowhere, just like, what the fuck, like, so confusing, and I don't get confused. So when I meet someone who confuses me, it's nothing I can do. And let's roll back. I have the same muse. I always have the same muse. I don't understand what a muse is, because like, you can even think about it, like, well, I heard a story about a guy used a woman as a muse, like, but like, they weren't together. They were just friends. So I don't know. I mean, I hope that me and her can at least be fucking friends. But at the same time, like, she doesn't reach out or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, and I'm just done. I can't keep going there and getting nothing in return, so not getting an idea or a word or anything. So, I just had to keep on my journey. And a lot of what this is, like I said, was just me building trust in myself, loving myself, becoming more of a better person for me. And but whatever, it doesn't mean my art always is just like part of her. It's a reflection, but that's because I think she's one of the most beautiful human beings in the world. And she confuses the piss out of me. So in that context, like, I see her as a reflective mirror of me. And hyper intelligent, but maybe a lot of people don't know it. But whatever. You gotta break the shell. It's like me. That's the whole point. Is like, everyone perceived me as something, but it's like, dude, you guys don't even touch the skin with me. You lived with me my whole life, and you didn't know who the fuck I was. I technically didn't know who the fuck I was. I knew I was smart, but I was broken as a child, because if I was me and I outshined everyone, which is what I do, that's who I am naturally. That's how it's perceived. That's just me. But like I said, when I say the word naturally outshine people, then I sound conceited. Based on like the way I was fucking programmed and harnessed and not allowed to. I'm gonna throw up. Fuck, I don't want to throw up. I just ate. And so this is how people don't understand how they broke me. Because if I would have been myself, I would have been fucking smarter than everyone. I would have done everything. I would have been the greatest motherfucker to ever walk the planet Earth. Now that sounds conceited. But in comparison to what I was, it's two extremes. That's kind of maybe what I'm trying to say. I was a docile little bitch. Peeping, pleasing ass. Always trying to help people, make them feel good, and neglecting myself in return. Whatever, people need help. But fuck it. You have to do it on your own. I had to do it on my own. You have to do it on your own. There's not a savior. There's not someone who's going to wash away your sins. There's not someone who's going to right every fucking wrong for you. That is a fucking fallacy. That is a fallacy. It's for control. And so you put your protection, your money, your everything into another external person. And then that's consumerism in every aspect. Whether it's, church, all of it is control to consume what you have, to consume your time. That is consumerism. What consumes your time? Your time is the greatest currency, the only fucking currency, the only thing that's real, the only thing that matters. And if they can rob your time, then they got you. They got you. So now, it looks like Cody gives nobody time. But you don't see a lot of things like I'll talk to people and I'll talk to them for an hour if they stay there. Like I said, when we meet, when I meet someone out in public, which I usually meet 4 or 5 people a day, and each interaction is going to be different, each interaction is going to be a certain amount of time, and I'll stay there all fucking day. I let them tell me when they're going to go. For the most part, because I'm not in a hurry. because like I said, time is the highest currency, and when I'm with you until you fucking can't handle it anymore. Until you got something that you think is more important than whatever the conversation that we're having, which is life changing and was divine timing. Orchestrated by all of the universe and your higher self and mine. So I'll give you all the time in the world. That's kind of one reason why it's kind of shitty if I want time from one person, and then I constantly went and kept trying to get it, and I never got it, and then I just had to leave. Because it takes two. And I gave all the opportunity over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's only on me. It was a lesson that I need to learn about my worth. If someone's not going to give it to me, I just need to go. So I did. So I'm worth everything. Like literally. And I love myself. But it was a lesson, man. And like I said, a lot of those lessons are the hardest. Everything's catered to you, but for me also is that was kind of where I was maybe searching for external validation from her, maybe. And maybe she was searching from it for me. And at some point I was like, well, fuck it, I'm done. Like, I can't just. It is what it is. You know how I feel. I done told you in a discussion. Like, that didn't change. So it is what it is. My actions proved how I felt. And I told you. There was no question. There's no question. And it is what it is. It's not good or bad. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. Kind of frustrating, but when I talk about it, it's just because it's like I'm looking at back retrospect for me and myself, and it's just like it had to be this way. Everything is meant exactly the way it is, otherwise it would be different. And it's cool, man. But my muse is that thing. My muse is the same person. It's always going to be the same person until I meet another human being that baffles the fuck out of me, which is not a thing. It's not a thing. Like, I instantly walk up to human beings and I know your insecurity fucking instantly. And so it's like, well, boom. I already know you. I know what you're gonna do based on this. I know what your God is. I know what your idol is. I know what you follow. I know what you believe in within a matter of fucking seconds. And but I don't know what the fuck anything she does. Baffles the fuck out of me. Oh, get it. So maybe that's it. I kind of, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something. So it's almost, dude, this is really weird. I like Twilight. I've always watched it, but like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic, and now that I think about it, like Edward couldn't hear Bella's thoughts, but he could hear everybody else's. Like, that's my connection to this person. It's almost like that. Like, what I can do with everyone else, I can't do with her. And so for me, it's a mystery. And, Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Like, it's beautiful. To know everything, and then to not know everything from somebody else, it fucking baffles you, dude. It's infatuating. I need intelligent conversation. I need to be learning about people, and that's why I said, like, I've talked about this before, where where some people would have an issue with borderline personality people. Dude, I would love it. I get that it comes with this and it comes with that, but for me, the unknowing is I got a lot of sexual energy on that. That borderline personality, that unknowing, like it's beautiful to me. But I guess I could perceive myself as kind of, sort of that. But my emotions don't go up and down, fluctuate like anger and stuff anymore. Or I'm just straight happy all the time, pretty much. Unless I'm talking about some just crazy emotion, I guess. But like this for me is where I run through my emotions. So when I'm out in the world, I'm stoic. I'm a standing tree. And then it's kind of like when I come home or when I'm by myself or when I talk, it's where I can kind of flow and open my leaves and flow into the wind and let out all the shit that I had to pick up from all these human beings every day. Because they tell me everything. I hear this, there's that, the negative stuff, and I gotta transmute it. And then all it does is I just use it in my life, and it triggers the story in me and something that I gotta deal with on my own, and then I talk and deal with it. So it's kind of that thing. But I don't know. But whatever, let's get back to the camo. So the camo, and I was thinking, I was out playing one day, doing something, and I thought about, like, man, I used to grind Call of Duty to get the camo skins. And like to get diamond skins, I was like, that's awesome, dude. Because I was decent, and it wouldn't take me super long, and I could get all the camo skins and get all the challenges done, and it would take me a minute, but it was fun. It gave me a reason to play, even though like logically in my head I was like, this is kind of stupid because they're just camos, and then there's going to be another game that comes out next year, and I gotta talk to somebody. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Everything's exactly what it's supposed to be. I don't really remember what I talked about, but today was cool, man. Every day is cool. You know what? Every day is really emotional for me too. I cried multiple times a day. I went to my park, Treewater, this morning and found more feathers this morning. And I walked over the bridge. And then I looked up, and there was this little kid. It was a kid and his mom. They were fishing. And I looked up, and this kid had a fly rod. And he was just doing it back and forth and throwing it in the water. And I started fucking crying. And my talk was listening to my talk too. And so like the culmination of like just the beauty of the grace of this kid. Sitting out there with his mom fishing, like maybe it was his mom, grandmother, I don't know. And then just when I looked over, like the artwork of casting that fly rod, like the rhythm of it, the way it was whipping back and forth, like it was just a blessing to see it. Like it was so graceful. Like just the way it was cutting through the wind and the whipping. Like I can't even. It was just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. You know, it got me to the core, and I was just so happy, like just so overwhelmed with emotion, because like everything led me to this, and then I walk across the thing, and I'm finding all these feathers again today, and it's just like it's beauty. Like life is nothing but beauty. And then I understand like it's only gonna get more beautiful. We're not gonna have a partner, and we're not gonna have kids, and like get to feel what I didn't feel growing up. Get to be what I wasn't given growing up. Make damn sure that my kids don't feel the way I felt growing up. And that they know how to use their emotions, and they know how to love. They know how to have safety and security in someone. They know how to trust someone. They know how to live for themselves. They know how to be their best friends to themselves. To trust their intuition. To trust whatever it is that they feel, to at least listen to it and do it as long as it doesn't infringe on someone's free will. To walk with their head high at whatever they look like, however tall they are, however thick they are, just whatever, you know? Just whatever. Well, it's beautiful. Like I saw my sister-in-law posted some videos. Like their daughter always walks to the bus, and the little one walks behind her. It's just adorable. I saw that last night, and I was like, and she put music to it, and I'm like about to fucking cry. It's like the beautiful moments of life, and it's like more day, I'm just getting softer and softer, and I'm just like breathing and like understanding that every breath is like such a gift, such a fucking gift. The crickets chirping and the birds singing, and the mosquitoes fucking biting the piss out of me, and me finding ticks on me left and right. And as I painted today, so I went this morning. So after that happened, I walked. I think I ate before I went out there, and the food was perfect this morning. I think I got something called the Wave, or I think it was the Wave again, and it was so good. Like kiwi and strawberries and maybe blueberries. I don't know, maybe bananas. I don't remember. And it's blue. And dude, I'm telling you, I think blue is my favorite color. It really is. I look back at my life and it's kind of fucked up. Because growing up, like my older brother liked the blue. That was his favorite color. So they couldn't be my favorite color. Because it was his. But what's crazy is, like, as I grew up, like, people would be watching favorite colors, like, I don't know, fucking white or black. Those are my favorite colors. Those used to be my favorite colors. If you look at my art, all my last pieces of my art was white and black always for a long time. And that's kind of the duality of me and the confusion that I was in still. But like those were still technically like how I perceived the world. Everything was white and black. I'm black and everyone else that I love is white, and we can't mix. It's forbidden. The old stains. The old getting turned down because of your skin color. Not good enough. Even though it means nothing, doesn't mean the scar isn't real. And that's just kind of like the gist of my whole life, was like, I'm fucking different. And as much as you guys are saying that it's okay, it sure as fuck doesn't feel okay. Because all everyone tells me and shows me is that I'm different. And then so I just agree. Because I am. Too much, Cody. Too much energy, Cody. Can't be yourself, Cody. Can't speak up, Cody. You can't exist as Cody. You have to exist as Cody. The people pleaser. The one that fixes everybody's fucking problem. The kid who doesn't talk. The helper. The one who's less than. The one who lets people fucking win. Say I didn't exist, that's not even, I don't know, man. This is just overwhelming for me. Because in one instance you look at yourself as like a little bitch, like you were just being a little bitch, Cody. But it's like that was my perspective the whole time. I'm not fucking good enough. I'm not good enough for anybody. No one's giving me time. No one's giving me love. No one's this. Once I help them fix their stuff, and then it just everything falls apart. And then so you go through life and you have the cues to fucking show you that. Everything happens that way. So why would I assume differently? It's just a repetitive cycle that happens over and over and over and over again. And yeah, a lot of it was my fault. Like, not accepting me or projecting all that shit out and making it come true, And, but that, it was that. Like, so I look at it in the totality, like it was the totality of all of it. I'm not saying it was anybody else's fault. It's just how it was. And, like, it's kind of fucking pitiful, man. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. Because he did it alone. Like completely alone. He always was alone. He was always fucking alone. Tough little kid, man. Tough little kid. I celebrate it, it's just like it's underrated. They don't bite, so I contemplate it. So it's an honor. It's a pleasure. It's the greatest purpose in the world. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode, I wanna miss any post, any occasion. The questions loaded, the antidotes high rated. As long as we keep exposure, isolated. To give him a redo. To let him live whatever the fuck he wants to do. Whatever dreams or desires that he has had, whether it's for 1 minute or 2 minutes or for a week. I got a dopamine hit when my phone vibrated. I got phone mode, don't wanna miss any post, any occasion. The questions loaded, the antidotes high. It's an honor. Long as we keep exposure isolated. It's a fucking honor to give him what he deserves. Which is life. Which is love. Which is happiness. And to me, fuck the world. Fuck the money system. Fuck religion. Fuck parents. Fuck family. Fuck everything. He gets to live. And what's crazy is every one of his dreams involved helping everybody else. Like really. I don't think there's a dream that Cody has that's not gonna help another person in some form, in some way, in some idea. Because he is really a fucking helper. He's an inspiration. He is love. He is the greatest love that's ever walked this earth. Didn't even think it was fucking possible. Even in his anger. Like he tries to use it for good. Like I don't get the kid. He's fucking crazy. Even in his pride and ego. Like he tries to flip it for the greater good. Like it doesn't make fucking sense. This kid's stupid. This kid's stupid. This kid will stop doing Whatever the fuck it is, especially if it meets a new human being, and he will give everything every fucking time. It makes zero sense. The kid's fucking retarded. The people won't do it for him. Fucking jealous of him. So jealous. I don't get it. I don't see why everyone's so jealous of him. Like, what? Where is this jealousy coming from? I don't get it. I don't understand jealousy, though. It's another concept that doesn't really... I don't get it. Like, you're you. I'm me. If I was meant to be you, I'd be you. If you were meant to be me, I'd be you. You would be me. Whatever. I don't get the jealousy. I don't get it. It makes zero fucking sense. Like, there's no reality when you're you, when you or me and I'm you, or you're him and she is you. Otherwise, you know, you're just you. You're your own thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Like, I'll watch him. I'll watch Cody, and he'll walk around, and like his friends and people like that, they're always like, "You got the best life." And I'm like, "You got the fucking, you got your own life." And they're like, "Well, you get to do whatever you want." And I'm like, "But you have kids. You have a wife. You have family. I'm alone. Technically." Like, you guys are always pitching grass is greener. I'm like, I don't get it. You guys got fucking money in the bank. I'm living like crazy here. Fucking just trying to supply that little Cody with whatever the fuck he wants for once in his life. I'm trying to right wrongs. I'm trying to let him to just be. I'm trying to cater to him. I'm trying to hold him. I'm trying to love him. I'm trying to make everything fucking possible for him because no one fucking did. It's the greatest fucking purpose in the world. To love yourself. To parent yourself. To clap for yourself. To cry for yourself. To scream for yourself. To hug yourself. To wake up every day in a child's fucking bedroom. My room looks fucking crazy. There's literally paint everywhere. There's not a day where I wake up and I can't just laugh. Like, there's nothing but love in that room. Self-love. The people don't understand what I've done. Like, the people don't understand what I risked and sacrificed for this. To be happy. To show love to myself.
Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine
To feel
when the phone vibrates.
just a little normal. Not normal with the world, but just feel normal in myself. That it's okay to be me. It's okay to be me. Whatever it is, the foul mouth, helper, really like, and just trying to build people up in every interaction that I can be with them. It's fucking beautiful. I'm so fucking tired. My back is what is hurting. Push through it.
Take a step back, take a way round, take a new path.
Just gotta push through it, cause like there's no way to fix it.
Gotta get it fast, gotta slow down.
Oh, gas, just time.
I got a dopamine hit when my phone
Still do anything I need to do, it just hurts. The process.
Occasion, the questions loaded, the antidotes high rated. Long as we keep exposure isolated.
It's crazy the dreams that I have. It's crazy the dreams that I've had over my lifetime.
Hollow, chill to the bone, hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, gotta get it down.
Man, I just want to help people so bad. I want to put things in place, and now, as more mature, right, and understanding that, like, you can help people, but you can't do it for them, You can implement things, businesses, you can put people to work, you can, keep an eye on them, be consistent with them, so they have consistency in their lives, be that inspiration, maybe be that friend or that boss, but, it's more of a family type of understanding. That's kind of how I've always perceived it. Like, I want to take care of you as much as I can, but at the same time, I could barely fucking take care of myself.
Chill to the bone, hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shake like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself.
Well, I always had enough, but I never had the abundance growing up, right? Stuck in survival mode. Like I said, in the worth issues, not thinking I was good enough, not worthy of anything. Maybe afraid of failing, so I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't start. I wouldn't grow my business because I didn't want to have people rely on me, because I can't even rely on myself. I couldn't rely on myself back then, because all the self-doubt. I understood that I could do anything, but at the same time, it's like, but I'm a quitter.
Gotta get it fast, gotta slow down, don't get attached, anything can happen.
I'm not consistent. I go through cycles, I don't have consistency, because I go through these cycles and shit, and it pulls me out of it.
Long as we keep exposure isolated.
But a lot of that it was just fear of succeeding, because like if I was to be successful, like, people would be fucking jealous of me, or they would do this, or what they did to me growing up, to tell me this, tell me that, look down on me, or try and, I'm telling you, it was a weird thing, man, of jealousy that was just put on me. Like, I just couldn't outshine anybody, you know, because then I didn't want to make them feel bad about themselves. But now I look at it as like their own inadequacies, like that's on them. That has nothing to do with me. And I know I'm not I don't know, I'm just being me. Like there's no world where people are not gonna be jealous of me. Like that's fucking just gonna happen in the discussion because of their own inadequacies and things that goes on in their life and the way that they perceive themselves. But like for me growing up, then I was like, well, I can't outshine anyone, you know? Because anytime I win anything, they cut their fucking eyes at me and I just feel it. You know, life is tough enough. Their life is tough enough. Why would I give them another thing to be upset about? Or to make them feel any worse than they already do about themselves. So fuck it. I'll be the less than one. And then you kind of just get lost in that, and then you just become that. And then you start to believe it because like you're like, well, I have to pretend to be less than. I can't be this energetic self. I can't do this. I can't do that because like I can't outshine. And then, like I said, you fall into that trap and you become it.
Take a step back, take a way round, take a new path, knock 'em off balance.
And then so you pretty much just put yourself in hell. And you live down there, but then you make it okay, like you become comfortable in it. You learn how to live through it and manage through it. And you make friends down there. And you help the people there because you're a helper. You make other people feel like hell's not that bad. Because if I look the worst, if I have it the worst, and people perceive, I act stupid or dumber or whatever, then at least they can feel like they're not the worst in hell. They got something going for them. And they do. And so then I would just try and shine light on like whatever little bit of goodness that they have, or a good thing in them, a positive thing, a beautiful trait that I see, something that they don't see, try to give them some confidence, or whatever else. But like, I just do the best that I can down in hell, try and help everyone, because it sucks by yourself. It sucks. Like, I'm already here, let's fucking make it fun, let's make the devil jealous. Evidently I can make everyone jealous, might as well make the leader of hell jealous. But man, life has been fun for sure, bro. It's been fun. Like I said, man, it's an honor to just live for me. All of me. The young version, the adult version. The feminine side, the masculine side. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine. It's so crazy. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got a dopamine. Because as much as I know, like, kind of like when I talk about the jealousy thing, like I don't understand it. It doesn't fucking make sense to me. Like it almost fucks up my it makes me want to throw up a little bit just thinking about it. Thinking about the concept of what I think it is. But then again, like not really truly having the emotions for it. Because like for me, maybe I lost, maybe I was jealous when I was young. And then maybe that jealousy just turned to anger. I think that could be what it is. Maybe a lot of emotions just turned to anger. Well, like maybe when I was little I was jealous because like my brothers and sisters had their mom and that's not my mom. And being so emotionally intelligent, and then me watching cues and actions, like I was treated differently. The emotional bonds that she had with them was way different than what they have with me. You guys, my little brother probably, because he had a crazier bond good bond with my mom where I didn't have that, you know. Like I said, like they were like friends and shit. Well, that's all I can perceive it as. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's his son and mom. I don't fucking know what that is. Well, like for me and my mom, we were just combative fucking energies. Almost like a prisoner and a warden, you know. I don't know, man. That's the only thing that's popping in my head. And so, like, even though, you know, I loved that warden was all I had. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode on this and post any occasion questions. And so now, like, I think, you know, what is beautiful is what is to come. Like, it really, it's kind of overwhelming, but it does warm my heart a lot. Because I can't even imagine what it's like to be loved. Like, there's no other words to describe that. Like, I want to throw up. Gotta get it fast, gotta slow down, don't get attached, anything can happen. And I'm not saying that I'm not loved by other people here. I am. I'm talking about that one relationship. And then kids, for me to be able to speak to someone and tell them everything and I trust them and I can feel it, and then them still love me. I don't know what that is. And you can't, I guess, until you tell somebody everything. But you're kind of, you know you're not going to be that with everyone. You only, I've always just wanted that one where, like, maybe your parents is what that's intended to be, you know. To the bone, hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, You know what? It was kind of sad. You know, it was kind of a sad thing, like when my mom got sick, because then I was like, you know what? Fuck, like, she's never gonna get to meet my grandkid or her grandkids from me. You know. She's never gonna meet that person that's gonna be with me and create kids, like that wife. As that partner. And like, as much as we get bad at each other and fought at each other, she was still my mom. And I still loved her completely. Like, I surrendered to her fucking completely. I talked about this kind of when the journey started, where it's like I was only capable of truly really loving one human being at a time, because I didn't know any better. I didn't know, because I surrendered, and I thought that surrender was love, and it is love. It was love for me back then. Now I know differently, but I didn't know anything else. You know, it's almost like kind of like you're a slave type of thing. Like, you're obligated to love them. So that's when, like, a lot of me having to walk away from people, you know, it kind of felt like I didn't love anyone. And I'm assuming that's what people are saying. I think my older brother said that, you know, I think he third party told me that they felt like I never really loved them at all. And I'm like, you can perceive it however the fuck you want. I don't care. Like, at this point, you're going to perceive it however it is. But like I said, I knew I was going to have to walk away from him 5 years ago. I asked myself this question. I was like, at some point I'm gonna have to walk away. Like I said, this is how I knew. Because like I said, 5 years ago, for some fucking reason, I don't know why, but this was my life. Like, I always channeled, psychic, predict my own future, knowings. I've had this shit my whole life, but I had to hide it, and I had to try and deny it. So now that I'm stepping into it, whatever. But, you know, like I said, I remember I was like, it sticks out to me always. Because it was like, at some point you're going to have to walk away from your brother. Like, and I knew this idea many years ago. I was like, nah, there ain't no way. But maybe. And then I did.
I celebrate it, it's just like it's underrated. They don't bite, so I contemplate it up all night.
When I look back at it, dude, and I would say some shit, bro. Like I remember I said I was gonna do a YouTube channel, I was gonna stream, I was gonna do this, do that. Like a lot of this, like it sounded and looked like this grandiose, this false bullshit stuff that I would quit, you know. And
gotta get a hold of myself, I know.
because it was like I really didn't have a drive back then, you know. I was just coasting along, like it was just comfortably numb. Like this is just regular. Like I'm never gonna account for anything. I don't really have a fucking plan, you know. I'm just existing. Like I don't fucking know. I got these skills. I can cut grass for the rest of my fucking life, even though I don't want to. Like I love cutting grass. I loved cutting grass. Like it was cool. It was fun. But then, like, it's like, man, this fucking, like, yeah, you know. And when I started going through my healing journey, like, I really, dude, it was so automated. Like, it was the weirdest shit. Like, I started to understand how automated I made my life. Like, I was straight AI. Like, I was a fucking machine. I didn't think, I just did. Like, and now it's like, I just do, but I do it based off my feelings. It's kind of weird because it kind of sounds like the same thing, almost like I'm AI. Because I am. I mean, humans are AI, but now it's just I have purpose. I have those dreams that I made growing up my whole life, and now I get to relive them, you know. I get to experience them and find joy in them. And every single one of those dreams, which I have so many, they are here to help people. Every single one of them, man. Every single one. And I'm not going to talk about any of them. Because like I said, every time you do that and you present it in the world, people get jealous. Or they look down, that you can't do it. And then that sends you negative energy. And I just don't feel like transmuting a bunch of bullshit. I'm already having to transmute all your jealousy, all your this, all the shit. Like, I don't want to fucking have to transmute anymore right now. Fucking tired enough. Just give me a fucking break for one fucking second and check yourself. Go worry about yourself. Quit fucking worrying about me. It's fucking annoying, and it makes zero sense to me. Like I said, the jealousy thing, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get it. Like, what are you comparing? It makes zero sense. Like, nothing compares to compare with me. Like, that's the point. Like, you are crazy. You're insane when you try and compete with another human being. Because there's no equals. You're this tall. I'm this tall. I'm this old. You're this old. You're a male. I'm a male. You're a female. I'm a male. Or whatever. Like, I'm from this country. You're from this country. You speak this language. I speak this language. I do this. You do that. There's no comparison. It makes no sense. It's the most insane thing I've ever heard. It really hurts my brain because now I'm going, how do people... So this is like the biggest question in everything you do in life. Like, you have to start going, like, why? Why am I doing this action? Why? Why am I comparing with somebody else? Like, why? What's the pros of this? What's the pro of me sitting on my phone, watching other people's content, and then wishing they would fail? What's the pro of me looking at a friend who has a wife and kids and being jealous that he has a wife and kids? Like, there's no pro in it. Like, that is just, that's them. That's what they're doing. What the fuck does that have to do with me? I look at it as more as like, dude, you guys got a gift You got these experiences. This is awesome. One day, I will have that. But not today, evidently. Because if I was meant to have it today, then I would, but I don't. But as far as jealousy goes, no. It's like even when my buddy said he was getting pregnant, and I was like, for a second, the word that came up was jealousy, but I was like, I'm only just kind of saying that shit. I don't believe it. I'm not jealous. Number one, because I understand the process takes 8 months. Or 9 months. So like, even I can't even have a kid. Right now. And, like, so none of it makes sense. Like, it's not a reality, you know? It's still 9 months away. You know, and then to have this or that or this kind of relationship, like it's not happening right now, so it is what it is. Maybe 10 minutes from now, an hour from now, 3 hours from now, I get in a relationship. But like right now in the moment, it's not here. Why would I be jealous of that? If it was meant to be, it would be. But it's not. You know, and then that's kind of the whole concept of what the dude's asking if you're content. I'm like, what the fuck that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you ask someone if they're content? Because like that's just going, what do you not have? You know, it's almost like asking people if they're happy. Like, I don't ask people if they're happy. I just fucking say, hey, have a good day. I don't ask if you're happy. Because then they think of the opposite. Why just say, this is the shit, this is what I do, whatever. I'm just trying to be my best self. I don't ask if you're happy or sad. I mean, sometimes I ask how you're doing, if you know, whatever. But no one's going to tell you they're doing shit either. And that's kind of crazy, because then, you know, I feel bad. There was one day I asked this girl, I was like, are you okay? How are you doing? And she's like, I'm fine. And I was like, but then again, it's the one person I can't read her mind. So I took it at face value. But then after I left, then I was like, well, fuck. I mean, evidently she's not fine. But she told me that. I just didn't, I don't know, she's the one person I can't read. So I mean, a lot of times, yeah, I mean, I ask people now, like, how you doing, I guess, or whatever. But I definitely go, are you happy? Like, that's fucking weird. I just don't ask questions that are going to make you think about of what you don't have. Until you're strong enough in yourself, think about what you do. Understand, like, it has nothing to do with what you have. Like, everything is perfect. I don't know. I guess I just don't meet people like me anyway, so I'm kind of like on a different level of thinking. Like, if you was to, you know, do flashcards about words, like, my words would definitely be different compared to everyone else in the world. Which I can't talk about that either. Fuck. I have so much stuff coming now in the future, and that's gonna whatever, and I can't even speak about it all because like I said, because all that negative bullshit, or people taking it and trying to make it their own, which is fine. I honestly don't care technically. The only difference is I know I'm going to do it better and impact more people, and that kind of sounds like a dick, but it's going to be my way. You know, I talked to a guy last night, and it's kind of the same thing where he does his business a certain way, and like every time someone comes in or our marketing calls him, he's like, no. He's like, I'm doing it my way and it's working. But everyone else tells him he's wrong. And I was like, no, this is kind of how I live my whole life. You know, it's like, I do things my way in the fucking discussion. Like, it works for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone that way, because it's not. You got to shape it to your own way. Like, that's the point of being individual. An individuality. Your skills, your knowledge, your way, your experiences are going to form whatever it is for you. And it's going to be the best way to market yourself is by being a true authentic self. The best way to be yourself, and the easiest way and the most successful way, is for you to be yourself. Because then you don't have to lie. You don't have to act. You don't have to blend. It's natural. It's like breathing. Because it is. You know, I think about intrusive thoughts. It's every thought after that's intrusive. You want to fucking put your tongue on that? Fucking do it. You're gonna learn a lesson. If it's hot, it's gonna fucking burn you, and then maybe you won't ever have that thought again. But now I say what the fuck I want to say when I fucking want to say it. And I stand and I trust it. You know, sometimes I know I'm not gonna stick my tongue on a cactus. That's dumb. Or I may do it anyway. But I'll make sure I go through the needles and whatever. Like, I don't really have intrusive thoughts really anymore. Because when I think something, I say it. They're just thoughts.
I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine hit.
You know, I do limit myself a little bit in some stuff I say, I guess. Because I know my place. Like, I'm not going to say something this or that or something crazy, like, whatever, but for the most part, my truth, like any thought that comes up, like I say it, man, I don't care.
I got a dopamine hit when my phone vibrated. I got phone mode on one.
I was working the other day, like last week, and I'm in the other room, I don't know, just being fucking weird, and I just yelled out, what did I yell? I like cunts, and and the dude goes, what? What did you say? So I repeated it again. And he was just laughing. He goes, okay, that's what I thought you said. I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know where it came from, but I just had to say it. So whatever. But like, it's just freeing, man. Like, just be whatever it is. Like, your crazy self. Like, there's no damnation in that. Like, anyone who says that's fucking stupid. Like, maybe don't say it in front of a kid. Like, when you're adults, like, who cares, man? Like, and then, like I said, then you break away from those people, right? Well, I'm not around people. Like, I say whatever the fuck I want. If you don't like it, see ya. You know? I'm not gonna put that shit on kids, though. That's different. But as far as adults go, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I don't give a shit. Like, if you like me, you don't like me, I don't care.
Hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shake like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know.
I'm here to live. I'm here to smile. I'm here to have fun. You know, like, and like I said, that's what's so crazy is everything's built to put you in boxes. Your job, you have to be a certain way. You know, when you're in Walmart, you have to act a certain way. When you're at a nice dinner place, you have to dress and act a certain way. You're in church, you have to act a certain way. When you're at Christmas, you have to act a certain way. When you're at Easter and Thanksgiving, and when you're at a baby shower, when you're here, when you're there, like, everywhere is like their own individual boxes. I'm like, fuck that. I'm me. I'm not coming into your little boxes every time I fucking want to live. Like, I don't care. I'm not wearing a suit. I'm not wearing a fucking tie. End of discussion. Oh, well, you can't eat here. Well, then I'm gonna fucking eat here. End of discussion. And I ain't wearing a fucking tie. If I was meant to be a penguin, I would have been a penguin, but I'm fucking not. Yeah, maybe I'm the same height. Maybe I'm the same round. Maybe I wobble. But I ain't wearing a fucking penguin suit. End of discussion.
Gotta get it down, shake like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated.
And if you judge me because I don't have a suit or I do have a suit, like, have fun with that. I can only imagine how you judge yourself.
We keep exposure isolated. Up all night, roll on you skated. I'm alright, I celebrate it. It's just like it's underrated. They don't bite, so I contemplate it. Up all night, roll on you skated. I'm alright, I celebrate it. It's just like it's underrated. They don't bite, so I contemplate it.
Only imagine how you treat people. Only imagine.
Hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, gotta get it down. Shaped like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself. I know.
And I can only imagine what people say about you. And how they treat you.
Phone vibrated. I got phone mode on miss any post, any occasion. Questions loaded, the antidote tirade. Long as we keep exposure.
Man, I start to kind of think about, man, this sucks. I kind of think about like people. Life is tough, man. It really is tough because, like I said, then you get raised and you build. Then the box is built around you, right? And you're the maker of the box, really. Like you're the bricklayer. You're bricking this box around you, based on the cues. And then, like, also those cues, you're trying to contain yourself, contain your feelings, contain your traumas and shit, things that trigger you, and so you become this person. And then, like, you know, I don't know how you are. I don't know how you feel. I don't get it. I don't know what other people perceive. Like, it doesn't make sense. I can't think of someone who's hateful. Because I can perceive myself as a lot of shit that I say is hateful, but I'm not, you know, but I look at other people that, like, use money against you or look down at you or talk shit about you because of what you have or what you don't have, or the color of your skin, or this or that, or they think they're better than you because of this and this, or like what? I don't know what goes on in their brain. I don't get it. Maybe they perceive themselves as good. I don't fucking know. I have no idea to perceive anything other than the way I perceive things. You know, and then that breaks my heart because then I do technically have compassion for that. Where it's like, what if people don't really, and they don't know how they're being perceived. They don't know what they're doing, but then again, a lot of them fucking do. And they tell you that. Well, you know, I have people come in there and they ask you thousands of questions, and they go, and they even say, I'm not questioning you. I just need to know. But the way they say it's condescending and all this shit. And I'm watching interactions change. So like a person like that, who's coming in here and just, you know, it's a manipulation tactic. It's a sales pitch. It's kind of whatever. And then my biggest cue is they can't control their emotions. That's kind of it for me. It's like a totality of things. Where there's one thing where if you're not comfortable in yourself or you're not sure about it. Like I've been thinking about doing this electrical thing, but like I've been unsure about the way to go about it. So I caught myself mumbling the other day because I was unsure about it. But when like everything else in my life, I speak, but I'm still like questioning the way to do it, right? And so then I was kind of like in a less than demeanor, not confident. And so then I was mumbling, right? Because I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm like talking lower because I'm not really sure. And you know, so I caught myself in that moment going, oh, that's why I'm not speaking up loud, because I'm not confident in the action that I'm going to have come forth with. I'm still thinking about the best way to do it in my head to make sure it's right. And so I'm not confident about my words and my choices yet. I'm making a decision or doing that act right now. You know, I want to wait a little bit so I can think about it, have it going on in my head to find the best way to make sure that it's right, done right, it's safe. And so then, like, now that I learned what I do and how I do things. That's how I can read a lot of people too, is because I would do the same action if this, and this. So I could look at other people and then I can see this, and then it would come true, and then I mark that in a box of, okay, so that's how it works for that person or in this scenario. So then you can just build up a huge matrix of information of cues, and then if these cues work out this way, this is, you know, the predominant idea behind all that. This is their weakness. This is what they're insecure about. This is this. This is that. I just do it at a really fucking fast level, and many years sitting in the fucking corner watching people.
Hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shaped like vibrato.
But ultimately, it's how I now it's even better tuned, because now it's how I can deal with each individual person and know what I need to say, how I need to act, the approach, all the important stuff to help me be able to be the best for them. How to make them feel vulnerable enough to me to maybe take my opinion, to actually look at me as an example, and then maybe want to mimic it or adapt things for themselves.
Take a step back, take a way round, take a new path, knock 'em off balance.
Because like this is what's crazy. I'm thinking about drum lessons. Like, you go to drum lessons, who gives a fuck if you don't practice, right? It's on you. If you want to get better at drums, you need to practice. Same thing with therapy. Who gives a fuck about going to therapy if you don't work on yourself except 30 minutes or an hour when you go to therapy? Nothing's ever gonna fucking change. And so like, that was what was so crazy with me, was like, you know, and this is maybe kind of like a narcissist idea. It was like, when I went to therapy, like, I liked it. It was cool. She tested me. She taught me new ideas. When I went to 101, and but at the same time, you still got a lot of pride. You got a fucking lot of ego. I was really early in my journey, and she was poking the fuck out of me, you know, and it hurt. And then my mom died, and then I was like, well, fuck this, I'm done. I'll just go deal with it on my own. And but I was giving myself all the time then too. So I was doing the work on my own. You know, but if I wasn't, like, you could get stuck in that trap forever of going to a therapist once a week, you know, $400 a fucking month, you know, and nothing ever changing. Because as soon as you walk out the door, like, okay, good, I feel better. But nothing ever really changes, because you just gave it an hour of your whole week, and like, you forget that shit in 20 minutes, or someone cuts you off and then you're pissed off again, you know. So like, it's really like, you have to give yourself fucking all the time, and that's what I did. I gave myself all my time, you know. And then when I went to group therapy, like, that was cool too. But it's like, I was working on myself all day, every day, before group therapy, talking myself to sleep. You know, then I would go to group therapy, I'd get triggered like fuck, I'd come home, and then I'd jump on the rowing machine and row a 10K, and then go through shit. You know, whatever I got triggered in therapy, I would go row a 10K and fight that shit. And I need to start working out again, because like, I've gained some weight, man, and it's kind of I'm comfortable with it. I'm actually comfortable with it, but I would like to be fitter, I guess. But then again, evidently not. You know, that's kind of the battle of me, where it's like, until I, you know, and that's a lot of stuff is like, once that partner gets here and we have to delegate time differently, and I have to become structured, then I'll implement that. Well, right now I'm still just trying to fucking scramble and just give myself as much time as I can on my own, because I know everything's gonna change, and it's positive. But it's like, there's gonna be another person in the mix now, and so it's not negative at all. It's actually very positive. But it's like, I'm just trying to give myself as much time alone, in the moment, because I'm in the moment. Because at some point it's gonna be different. And so as far as my physical features right now, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Plus I can lose 30 pounds in a month easy, like, it's child play.
it's underrated. They don't bite, so I contemplate it. Up all night, roll on you skated. I'm alright, I celebrate it. It's just like
which would actually be lighter than I've been in a long time. Like 168 something. That'd be lighter than I've been since this whole journey started.
Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode, I wouldn't miss any post, any occasion. Questions loaded,
but I don't know, man. I've been going ham in the paint, and I don't know any other way about it, dude. I have fucking so much fun. I get lost, and it's like there's no other option. Like, it's so crazy to, like, this is just what you're doing. I don't plan it. Like, I really fucking don't. That's the funniest part about my life. Is I wake up not knowing what the fuck it is I'm gonna do today. Other than the fact that I know what it is that's gonna play out. Like, and it makes zero sense other than it's just my life and the way I live. Where it's like, it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna go left, and I don't know if I'm gonna go right out of my driveway. I really fucking don't. And it doesn't really fucking matter. I get to the end of my driveway, and then I pick a direction and go. And it's the same with today. Like, when I went 8, then went to the park, walked that, saw a buddy there. We talked for probably 15, 20 minutes. And then boom, left. And then I went and got some painting. I went to a Hobby Lobby, and I was like, let's just walk in the Hobby Lobby, see what I feel. I would like to paint today. And then so I bought 3 canvases and some watercolor and headed to the park because I knew I was gonna paint, but I didn't know where I was gonna paint it at the park because the park's kind of big, and I actually had an idea of where I was gonna go, and I didn't go there. Actually, so I walked and I was walking, and these butterflies, it was so fucking fire. So the other day I was chasing butterflies. Today I was just walking, and butterflies were just hitting me. They were just flying into me, and I'm walking down this path, and then I saw this hawk. And so then I followed this hawk, and then the hawk disappeared. And I couldn't find him, but it made me make a loop, and then, I don't know, and then I ended up going to this other place. Well, I thought about it the first time, but I was like, you know what, I don't know, let's see where this hawk is going. Maybe this hawk is leading me somewhere. And then, so I followed it, and then it disappeared, and then whatever, made a loop, and boom, and then I went, and then I set up my stuff there, because that's what I felt. And then I had to go back down to the water and get water from the lake to use it for my watercolors, because I'm trying to use as much nature as possible. And then before I got out of my truck to go there, like I was packing everything up, and I had all these feathers, you know, and then so I just grabbed a ton. I was like, I thought about grabbing them all. I was like, nah, I'll just grab as many as whatever I feel, and I put them in my bag, and then I went down there, and then I ended up using them to make this painting. And I was pretty much blind a lot of times painting today. Or I would have little bitty spots that I could see through, like maybe a triangle. Sometimes I couldn't see shit, to be honest with you. And I painted in my bedroom like that when I put my feathers in my hat. That they cover my vision. Like, they cover up 90% of my vision. And actually, like, I kind of got higher euphoric today, because like when I'm whipping my head around and shit, and then the hat, and then these feathers, like, I feel the energy off of everything that I'm using. And so then, like, I'm kind of getting like higher, like weird in the head, and whatever, I just go with it because it feels good. Plus, like, my energy is fucking crazy anyway, so you know, a lot of times you see me like twitch and all that shit. Like, that's what I do on a regular basis. And then at nighttime, if I go out and I eat, usually by the time I get done eating, my energy is fucking crazy. And so by the time I walk out the fucking door, I'm going ape shit. Like, I'm just twitching like a motherfucker because I just got this really crazy tics and energy. But it's like I create euphoric highs. I create these energy places that like increases my energy, and it becomes kind of uncontrollable. And the only way I can control it and feel comfortable is by moving, by flexing, by twitching, by making really weird movements. And but it's just the energy of me, but it's always been there. And like I said, used to, when I would go to sleep, like I couldn't sleep because like I had that energy like fucking crazy. And when I started my journey, it started getting better. When I would work out, you know, a lot of it's probably sexual energy. But when I would work out, you know, it helped me a little bit. But then I got like a weighted blanket and a sea pillow. But then then I started dancing. I started dancing a lot, but like, and then that helped me get rid of this energy like a kid. Like I zoom. I really zoom. And like I have Zoom energy, and it's so crazy because even when I'm tired as shit, I still have Zoom energy. Like it's really crazy because like as tired as my mental brain is, it's like my body is always fucking zooming, like always. And that's kind of a lot of times why I push myself, because my body feels one way, and yeah, my body's tired, but it's not really my body, because that's regular to me. Like I lived a lifetime of like working 3 days straight, you know, without sleeping. Like the staying up and all this shit doesn't bother me. Like I can go forever, honestly. Like I will break, and I broke myself, and one time I broke myself flipping a house by myself, and you know, it fucked me up for many years. Like it took a long time for my body to physically recover from that. And but now I've been through some trial and tribulations like that, forced the body to stay up and do these stupid things for people for shit money, and it's all my fault. And so now I don't live that way anymore. Now it's like I'm gonna work a couple hours a day. Fuck it, this is gonna pay me this much money, which is a good amount of money actually. And in the discussion, or I'm not coming. I'll go do something else. I don't know. And whatever meant to be will be. And right now, this is the season I'm in. Everything's happening the way it is in the discussion, and just trying to keep moving forward. But it's crazy, man.
Gotta get it down, shaped like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode, I wanna miss.
So today's painting was fun as fuck. I listened to I started when I got out of my truck. I listened to my talk once today already this morning, and then when I got to the painting place, I started it again. And so halfway through the painting, or closer to the end, you probably see the transition in me. My talk went off, and so then I started listening to music. So then my body changes, because then it's a different vibration. It's music. So I'm dancing. I'm not thinking about my talk. You know, not checking myself, pride and ego. I'm not doing all this shit. And so for the rest of the performance of me painting, it's music, and it's fun, man. And it's so cool because like every day, you're trying to become more of yourself, you know, and how comfortable you are in your bedroom is one thing. Even if I'm videotaping it, you know, everything in my life has been a progression. Everything has just been becoming more and more repetition, building a habit, giving myself more time, attention, and focus so I can be comfortable and stand in whom I am. Like it's all about over and 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 over again, giving yourself time. Today I'm a little bit more confident than I was yesterday, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on, until this becomes my new regular. And the only difference is like this is never regular anymore, because I'm always getting more. I'm always a little bit more confident in myself. I'm always a little bit smarter. I'm always have a little bit more knowledge. I always have a little bit this. I'm always doing this a little bit more every single day. And it, you know, I don't perceive it as a lot. I just perceive it as the next second is one more second more. And it's just always compounding. And I don't perceive it as like a massive growth every day, but I do perceive it in a different concept where it's going, I almost literally gave myself 24/7 since I started my journey, whenever the fuck it was. And maybe 2 years ago. And like, that's a lot of fucking time. Like, that's a lot of fucking time. Because I know I have. In every action that I have with people, and every action when I'm by myself, it is bettering myself and giving myself time. And that's what I always tell people, look, you and me are standing in front of each other right now. Everything that I speak, I have to believe it, or check myself on it, or reevaluate myself, and hold myself accountable for whatever it is that comes out of my mouth. Like, everything is for me to constantly grow. And that's why I do meet with humans a lot, and I love it. And that's why I get off on it so much, because it's for me first. You guys are just here, you're a problem, you're giving me a problem, and I get to try and fix it. But you're asking me questions that I wouldn't be thinking of unless it was you that was in front of me asking, based on your life experiences and what you're doing and what you want to know and what this, like, so I need you, I need humans to expand my knowledge, to expand my growth. But it's really just because I'm asking myself how to help you, but it's ultimately because I'm just solving problems that I can correlate with my life. So if you've gone through an experience and you have another perspective of it, and you tell me your perspective, then I can take that and I can look at it, and that gives me another perspective for a situation in my life where I only had my perspective. So now you just given me a whole nother perspective with true experience, true emotion, true all the cues that I need to add it to my bank of information on how I can be a better person for myself first, and then that trickle down effect for the rest of the world. You know, or how I can act in this scenario, because I know if this comes up, then I can somebody else sees it this way. That has to be in my information of how I do things. Because I was like, they can perceive it that way, that one person last week told me about the situation that looks kind of like this. So that's going to delegate how I choose to come forth and act in this situation. So I can get the best results for me, or the best results for you, which is ultimately the best results for me. You know, because in that scenario, if I'm helping you, then ultimately it's like, yeah, everything is for me first, but my goal really is to help you first. But if I come up with that information, then that's going to help me equally too, if not more, because I'm going to listen to it and abide to all of it, where you may only take a part of it. But I'm trying to give you the best information that I can based on all my life experience up until this point. All my knowledge based up until this point. On what I would do. The way I perceive it to be the easiest, or the best, or the simplest. And the way that I see it that way may not be for you. You may see it as a huge thing, you know? Like if you've never plumbed something before, you could perceive it as being fucking difficult, and I'm just going, you just walk in there, fucking turn it off, unscrew and then put a new one in. Like, it's fucking simple. You know, and so that's kind of where I gotta have some like grace with other people, and I'm better now. Like before, I'd be like, this is it in discussion. You know, and I used to tell people all the time, I was like, you got fucking 3 questions. You're gonna ask me 3 questions today. That's it. Make them good. Now, dude, I'll fucking talk to your ass all day. But believe me, like, I was a dick. I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear your fucking problems. I just don't want to talk. It's because I just didn't want to hear myself. Because I didn't trust myself. I just fucking want to listen to music. Because music was my escape. Music was my drug. Music was my only friend. And my only companion. Never judged me. Never looked at me with jealous eyes. Never looked at me with envy. It just was. And it was beautiful. Yeah, I just look at music as it is. You know, whether it invokes emotion or it doesn't. You know, makes you make noise, makes you keep the beat. Like, it just is. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. Now, I could perceive where some of the music talks about this all the time. Like, if you listen to stuff that's talking about banging bitches all the time, yeah, you're gonna want to bang bitches all the time. Because what you give your time, attention, and focus to, that's what you will become. So, you're programming yourself. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shaped like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. It's so crazy how I see. So, like, when I look at the stars, I see rings of energy. But almost, I see energy in the sky. I always do, especially at night. But it's almost like, not really either. It's almost fake. I could draw it. But it's almost like my art, where they're just shapes. And that's kind of how I see everything. But I see shades and shapes, and but it's energy. There's energy rings, energy signatures, energy, silhouettes, maybe. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode on this. It's almost like a force field. Like you think of when you see a plane hit Mach 3 or whatever, or break the sound barrier, and it creates a ring, right? Where it's splitting, it's pushing back the sound barrier, and you can see it. That's how I see everything. And then sometimes I don't, and some things I won't, depending on light refraction and stuff like that. But for the most part, anything in the sky I do. At night, the skylines, trees, anything really, man. Anything really in nature, in real light. When I'm in like a false light, which is energy in the house and shit, I don't really technically see that. But if I turn the lights off, then I do see it. But I don't know. But life is cool, man. And like I said, painting today was fire. And I've looked at them, and it's so crazy because like my art is so weird because I see tons of things, and I can blink my eye and then see something else, or depending on the emotion that's invoked in me, I'll see something different. And so as much as you, like I said, and a lot of this journey, like I said, for me was to get away from external validation. Because it's fucking pointless. It's the comparison thing, again, where it means fucking nothing. Because what makes the person that's validating you worthy of validating you? Like what? What is it? You know? Like what is it? Or what separates you and them that allows them to have some type of validation that means something? You know, like, you kind of talk about, like, say you have an expert witness in court system, you know, like you have a scientist that's been working in the science field for 40 years. Maybe they're an expert witness, because they have all this experience, right? But I look at it differently, going, well, unless the thing that you're validating, you studied it for that long, and it has to be the exact same thing, you can't validate me. Like, you have no authority to validate me. So, like, I kind of walk around this world going, wait a minute. In all reality, no one can even validate you. And if they do, it holds zero weight, because, like, what gives them the right, the expertise, to validate you in any way about any fucking thing? You know, maybe they can have a plumbing inspector that's inspecting things that are supposed to be done in a certain way. Like, maybe that's a different kind of. I'm talking about like a human on human. Like, you can't. There's no human that can validate you, and have any account technically. Like, I can't really validate you, ultimately, and have, like, you shouldn't. Man, that sounds so double-sided. But really, in the truth and honesty about it, like, this is just kind of why validation doesn't fucking matter. External validation doesn't matter, because it's just bullshit. Like, there's just no. There's just no. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, maybe they put you through these little tests to see if you're multiple personality, right? Or if you're crazy, or if you're this, based on their standards, right? And then I go, well, I could see it, but then again, like, you know, I just pissed all over my door. You know, when I started my journey, like, I was split. My brain was split. I fought myself in ideas. I fought myself in everything. I couldn't agree. Because when I started my journey, I actually split myself again. Because I was already split. But in the past, it was more like, I don't want to fucking do this for you. But the other version of me was like, well, they need help, so I'm gonna do it. Or it really didn't matter. Like, I would just be bitching at myself, right? Or what do I, you know? And then when I started this journey, I was going, well, I don't want to fucking do this for them, because I want to give myself time, and actually putting action behind the reason why I didn't want to help somebody, or I didn't want to do this job for them, because I knew I was getting fucked. And I was the one doing everything completely, and not getting paid my worth, because I was the one making the bad decision, right? Saying I would do it. And it had nothing to do with anybody else. But at the end of the day, it was my decision, right? And so I was just kind of split. But now, everything that I do, it goes to the counsel of us, and to all versions of me, all ideas of me, all different personalities of me, and we, as a collective, vote on it. But this is a super fast process, and everyone has multiple personalities, because when you really start to look at it, everyone has different versions of yourself. This was an idea that I came up with fucking early on. Well, I was like, you're a different person at work. You're a different person when you're at the bar. You're a different person when you're in your truck by yourself. You're a different person when you're at home in your bed by yourself. You're a different person when you're at home with your loved ones. When you're at Christmases, when you're at birthday parties, church, depending on any situation, you're a different human being. And so everyone has these different personalities. And these personalities may have intertwined ideas or same mannerisms that kind of go across the board. But ultimately, they're all separate individuals because they're invoked in different scenarios. And it's a new personification. And yeah, maybe some of the stuff is kind of intertwined and whatever. But it's kind of the concept of like a boss bitch at work. She has to be super this. But then when she's at home or when she's with a boyfriend or with her husband, she's more passive, or she's submissive. It's like the capabilities of you is multiple. You can be anything and everything you want to be. You just kind of have to learn to accept it and not run from it. And when you accept it, that's when everyone can get on board, and then you can flow. And so for women, I think it's a little bit it helps them more than it does men, because a lot of times men just are dicks, or they're just silent all the time, because it tends to be like if a man is confident at work, he's fucking gonna be confident everywhere. But that's a different kind of thing, I guess. Because then again, you could say, yeah, I don't know, maybe not. I think, but women are just, their cycles and the real hormones kind of make them flow a little bit between these cycles and these emotions, right? And then the emotions kind of come with the different personalities. Where like maybe 3 days before period, she starts to get a little bitchy. And then when she's on her period, she's not feeling good, irritable. And then whatever and so on. But it's just a personality. So maybe she can go from whatever to whatever, And but if you can accept that, and then you can learn to start agreeing upon that, that's all of you. That is you. And then you can start to learn about it and accept it. And then you can just flow with it because it's not wrong and you're not resisting it. So a lot of what's wrong with us in this world is resisting our true selves. Like I said, resisting those intrusive thoughts, resisting those desires. And because of this or because of that, and like I said, as long as they don't infringe on someone's free will, as long as you're doing it safely, as long as you're doing it, like I said, safely, and it doesn't infringe on someone's free will, it's not harming anyone, it's not hurting anyone, you need to be partaking in those desires and quit resisting them. But understand, you may like it. It may be hard to quit, but you got to be able to understand that this is for entertainment purposes only, that everything comes with the risk. And then you need to be able to be in control of yourself and stop it and don't let it overrule you. Like I said, as long as it doesn't friend somebody else's free will or hurt somebody. And if it does, then you just need to be honest with the person that it's gonna hurt or whatever and talk about it and whatever. Maybe there's a way that you could partake in it on certain occasions to fulfill that little desire. You know, as long as you're not hurting people, you know, plan it out, you know. Or if you speak, say you have a partner and you have these desires, you speak up to them about it, saying, look, like, I'm not getting met here in these needs, like, what can we maybe do something? It's not that you're not whatever, but maybe I need it a little bit more. Or maybe I like this thing a little bit more. I want this. Or maybe we can be a little kinky. Maybe we can dress up. Maybe we can spice it up. Maybe we can do something else. I just need more. I need more excitement. This is, you know, whatever. But if you never communicate anything, and then you go off and do it behind closed doors or whatever else, and you actually have another partner or something with and hurt them, you know, that's shitty. But if you just communicate about it, I get that maybe you don't have a partner, or you guys have never communicated with each other yet, so I get it. But if you want to become a better person and you want your relationship to be better, you guys gotta fucking tell each other everything. You know, like, I'm horny as fuck. We gotta figure this out. I know you said you don't want to, but like, come on. I mean, I'm not making you do anything, but we need a solution here. You ain't fuck me in a year, you know, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little outrageous here. You know, we need at least once a week or something. You know, like, there has to be a compromise. Like, this is fucking weird. Like, I'm getting shafted here. This is an equal give and take here. And so you kind of gotta just communicate, or you're never gonna solve anything. But whatever, to each his own, you know. What do I know? But life is cool. But yeah, I said, you know, and that's what I said. Is like, I looked at myself as having those personalities. I was just kind of resisting it. And now it's just me. Where you can watch the inflections in my voice, you can hear me change. Now, some of it's not me. I mean, it is me, but I'm channeling. You know, like the earlier talk was something different. Like the earlier when I'm crying and shit, that technically wasn't me.
Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode, I wanna miss any post, any occasion. The questions loaded, the antidotes high rated.
But painting was fun today, man. I'm super tired, you know. I really sleepy. I really sleepy. So, I'm just overall, like I said, man, and every day I'm tired, or a little bit more tired, I think. I woke up this morning at about 10, maybe actually a little bit earlier. I don't know, maybe 8 something, but then I just went back to sleep. Just like, there ain't no point in getting up that early, so I didn't. And, so I just kind of whatever. But then I woke up at 10, and I was like, fuck it, I'm wide awake now. Let's get going, you know. I just can't, like I said, as much as I want to lay in bed, I can't. I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Because it's like, you try and justify it, but it's like, well, what's the fucking point? Like, I slept what I slept. I can sleep a little bit longer, I guess, but the sun's out, you know? Things are moving around out there. Who knows what's gonna happen today, you know? Who knows? So, I mean, you might as well get up and, for some reason, carpe diem, whatever the hell that means. Seize the day, I don't know. But today was cool, man. Every day is just like, it's just, like I said, it's so beautiful because it compounds. And then, like, you know, I do get lost. Like, I don't even really truly know what I did this week. I don't really know what I did 2 days ago. I don't know what the fuck I did yesterday, to be honest with you. And, all I know is I'm living in the moment, and it is beautiful. And so that's what I'm saying. I understand that in a weird fucking way, I'm gonna be moving faster in the future, but slower at the same time. Because I'm gonna have to match somebody else's speed, you know. And I'm not saying that she's gonna be slow. It's just we're gonna be at different speeds. So then I may have to like, when I'm working and doing my shit on my speed, but then, you know, every day I get the blessing of slowing my brain down, my time down, to focus on us. Well, I get to like breathe in everything, or smell, or what we're doing, this, that, like whatever we gotta do, this and that, you know, like, so that's what I'm saying, like, that's coming, like, no matter what. So it's like, I have to, you know, I understand, like, everything will change, and I'm okay with that, and it's gonna be cool. But then, you know, maybe I can rest in that, because then I can, you know, a lot of it would be like, for me, this is just a fantasy or an idea. It's like when that person's beside me, I can rest and understanding that, like, technically I'm not physically alone anymore, and that I don't have to always be focusing on me anymore. I get the blessing of focusing on her and us, and then kids in the future, you know, whatever else I have in the future, you know.
To the bone, hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shake like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself, I know. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode, I wanna miss any post, any occasion, questions loaded.
But I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I have no idea. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna paint tomorrow. Who knows? I could.
Take a step back, take a way round, take a new path.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so weird is the rest idea doesn't fucking make sense to me for some reason. Like the rest for me would be going out and communicating with people. Like sitting in someone's backyard and just drinking beer, eating food, and then talking about fucking galaxies. You know, talking about this, talking about creation, talking about ideas, talking about AI, talking about how to raise your kids, talking about art, talking about creation, you know, talking about how to help you, you know, maybe someone telling me their shit and me kind of giving them ideas or me learning about them. Like, to me, that's rest. You know, while I'm not in the action of creating, because like I said, it's fucking tiring, and I keep telling people, it's like the future version of what you think, like, it's not going to be easy. And it's actually going to be more work than it is now. The only difference is you get pride from it. You're proud of it. It's fucking play. Like, you get joy. You're creating real things come with real monetary value, or whatever you want to call it. Like, and you get better and better and better as you creating your life, instead of you chasing entertainment that does nothing for you. That's kind of a pointless act in itself. Like honestly, you think about like fantasy football, like at the end of the day, like, what does it do for you? Like, really? not shitting on it. I'm just saying, like, what does it do? Watching basketball, like, what's a positive thing like that happens? And maybe there is. Maybe like you. Honestly, I don't fucking know, man. I'd want to hear people tell me what makes it so life changing. Maybe you get inspired by somebody. That's cool. Yeah, cool. But it's like, but if you're spending, 20 hours a week watching basketball, like, what if you was giving yourself 20 hours a week in a craft, in a hobby, in self-help, which I think is whatever. I don't want to talk about that shit. In creating or spending time with your family, spending time with your wife, like, where's the, like, what's the goal? Maybe the goal is to zone out from work, right? But I look at it as like, where's this knowledge, or like, where's these new ideas coming from, or where's that? Instead of watching the Kardashians and like, it's fucking pointless. Like, watching other people live life doesn't make fucking sense to me. Like, it doesn't mean you can't, but like, when you're watching other people live life, then you're not living. So then what are you doing?
Hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shake like vibrato. Gotta get a hold of myself.
Maybe that's why nature's so beautiful, because it's not you. It's not a human. And so when you're out there watching it, it's really just mimicking to you what living is. You're watching another creature live, but you're not watching another human live. You actually have to live to watch nature live. Like, you have to walk out there and go do it. You have to walk through the mountains. You have to do this. You have to be quiet. You have to be present. You get to smell things. You get to hear things. You get to feel things. You get to get bit by ticks. You get to get bit by mosquitoes or no-see-ums or horsefly. You get to be stung by a bee. You get to be stung by a jellyfish. You get to get salt in your eyes. You get to get shit on by a bird. You get to. And in those actions, in those things, you get to feel the sun on your skin. You get to feel the wind blow on your skin. You get to get chills. Like, in that, like, it shows you and tells you, everything is telling you, your senses are telling you you're living. You are alive. You are experiencing something firsthand. You get to partake in this creation. That's what's crazy about, like, the movie theaters that are like 5D senses or 12D, or they got these speakers and the chair rocks and the wind blows and things vibrate. It's like you're really there. When, like, you're in your own movie right now. So I guess that's where the theme parks are. You get to live, you get to experience, you get to fly, you get to go fast. I just don't understand the concept. Me and a dude talked about, like, Disneyland, and I was like, man, that's fucking weird. Because he was telling me, he was like, dude, some of the things you stand in line for 3 hours. I'm like, you fucking stand in line for 2 or 3 hours? For like a minute and a half, 2-minute ride? Maybe 5 minutes at the most? You ride like 3 rides a fucking day? That's fucking, like, that to me seems like the dumbest shit ever. Like, to each his own. I'm not saying I would never do it. I mean, I've done it in the past. But it's like, that line's too fucking long. I'm not gonna stand in line for fucking 3 hours for 5 minutes of gratification. Fuck that. Be different, like, I'll stand in line for her because it's a lifetime with her. But that's where you can kind of justify shit. But like, for a ride, maybe she wants to ride that ride or whatever, or maybe my family does, then I could see it. But like, when it's just for me, it was the whole concept of cooking, which I want to cook a lot in the future. Like, that shit turns me on. And like, there's a guy I met last night. I didn't meet him, I met him before. He loves to cook, and he's fucking good at it. But he'll cook like all day, dude. Like, he cooks, and I told him, I was like, dude, your shit's fire. Like, you're an artist. Like, that is creation. That's like the most beautiful shit in the world. I was like, but me here at home, like right now, I don't have anyone to cook for. It's easier for me. I meet more people out in the world, so that's why I don't cook. But in the future, when I have a wife and kids, like, I want to cook for them. I want to provide for them in whatever avenues that I can. And as much as I love food, I want to be able to take pride in the creations that I can create for them.
I celebrate it, it's just like it's underrated. They don't bite, so I contemplate it. Up all night, bro, when you skated, I'm alright. I celebrate it, it's just like.
But in that though, like, but see, in that my time shifts, right? But once I have a partner, I don't need to be going out because I want to be with her. And then when I have kids, it's the same thing, and you're not going to be going out because you're going to be with them. And so then, like, my priorities will shift, which is fine. But because, like I said, I am, what is it? An anti-social butterfly is what I am. Meaning I can be the center of every attention every time I go somewhere. But I'm antisocial as well. But like, you come to me, like, we got it. But then again, like I said, my partner, I want to be with her. I don't want to fucking be with everybody else. No shit on everybody else, but I do want to help them, and I do want to be with them in the scenarios. But ultimately, like I said, if I lost time, I'm gonna get that time back. But then I'm gonna share that time with one person, not the whole fucking world. But then my job, and then what I'm doing, and then what I'm creating will be shared with the world. And the things that I build will be shared with the world. I help them. But my personal life and all my other free time is going to be with her and my kids and family. And experiencing life, so we can experience life together. There could be a lot of fucking living. It's gonna be cool as shit. It will be busy. But it'll be fine. It'll be easy. It'll be easy. It'll be easier than I think it will be. It won't be hard at all, to be honest with you. A lot of fucking delegating. Another thing that's cool is I don't plan shit. It is. Like, I get in the moment, boom, 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 boom. Let me have the information. There's the fucking decision. This is the way to do it. Let's go. This is the path to make this shit happen. Next. So, I won't have to be like, whatever. Hard to swallow. Gotta get it down, shake like vibrato. And then, like I said, I have enough art, I have enough inventory to keep. Well, I don't have to fucking work for forever again, honestly. I'm gonna paint for 3 hours and fucking have another lifetime of retirement, so it's not a big fucking deal.
Take a step back, take a way round, take a new path, knock them off balance.
And then, like, so I'm looking at the way that my business is going to be in the work out in the future, and it's going to be crazy different. It's gonna be fire because it's gonna be action oriented. Where if you want me to do this or provide this service to you, dude, this tree is so beautiful. I keep seeing different shapes and it keeps morphing into different things based on the light. It's so fucking fire. But you action. Action, which I'm gonna make it with action. Like, you have to act. You gotta sacrifice something to come to be with me. Not for an hour. No, fuck that. Action. Because I'm action oriented. Meaning, if you want my help, you will sacrifice something in your life, and that is time. You have to walk away. You have to take vacation for many days. And come live. Because I want to help you. Never fucking see you again. Holla. Love y'all. Peace. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got phone mode, don't wanna miss any post, any occasion. The questions loaded, the antidotes high rated. Long as we keep exposure isolated. I got a dopamine hit when the phone vibrated. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine hit when my phone vibrated. I got a dopamine hit. I got a dopamine hit. I gotta take a step back, take a way round, take a new path, knock them off balance. Gotta get it fast, gotta slow down, don't get attached, anything could happen. I got a dopamine hit when my phone vibrated. I got phone mode, don't wanna miss any post, any occasion. The questions loaded, the antidotes high rated. Long as we keep exposure isolated.